Oh, okay.
Tar is like...
Tak.
I don't think it's related to tak, but...
Oh, it's just the Danish. Thank you.
Various dialects in the UK.
Ta doesn't mean bye.
Much. What?
Ta, like ta.
Tatar.
Ta, yeah.
You know, but no, I don't think anyone says that anymore.
I think Mousesports are going to win this series now. It's over.
2-0. You calling it 2-0?
Because this is let me sell you on this.
Sell me.
This is
Give me the juice.
the map that Mousesports wanted to. It's the biggest discrepancy in win rate between the two teams in the veto. It's the map that Dexter has shown. It's the map that Dexter, it's the reason he's in Europe, okay? This is the map, okay? This is the map that he individually performs the best on. They were winning the most matches by the most dramatic scorelines on his previous roster on Overpass. This is the map that he has made Mousesports into a god-tier team on at the moment. And Astralis used to be kings on this map like they were on every other map, but right now Mousesports are a little bit too hot.
This is quite the setup. We have Magis playing the blind spot. Talk about more about that later. The bomb's been dropped. The trades are favoring the CTs until the last one, which goes the way of Acor. We find ourselves in a 2v2 with Dexter getting dropped and Bubsky dropping back to the bomb site. Dupree pushing B in the meantime, has to be aware of a potential connector play. Interestingly, if you're inside connector, like in the middle of it, and you're running towards the stairs, towards a monster, you can hear each other. So just bear that in mind. Bubsky now pushing towards long. Astralis looking to close in on their opponent. Now, Dupree's got to be careful because in case T's were around connector, they would hear him if he started to run from his spot, but Bubsky may have seen something there. Oh, he sees Rops!
No,
he just can't connect just yet!
Bubby.
13 HP for Rops, and now there's area control with the Molotov. He goes straight through at Bubsky. He's not ready for Rops, and his turns around quite something. 1v1 now, and Acor has a chance to run to you, the B bomb site. Sounds like he'll do exactly that. And there will be sound cues for Dupree as Acor makes his way downstairs. Flashbangs for all as Acor drops one on the fadeaway. 20 seconds to get this bomb planted. Dupree flying into action as Acor commits to that bomb plant, just fishing for that headshot and delivers it straight away. Untouched, gets a cheap helmet for the next round as well. Astralis take the pistol.
Oh, he saves it. But we had a great flank. They walked the entire way, but because they did it so early, Mousesports had no idea the flank was coming in. But Bubber, he shoots a little bit too soon. He did that on the pistol round on Nuke as well on the CT side. He had it lined up, and of course he's got sick aim, but even there it looked like, oh, he's got to adjust a little bit. You don't want to lose a round like that. I hate analyzing based on aim because there's not much to say. Any old person can tell you that a round was lost because of aim, but in that situation, he had the good position. He really did have every right to just win that round off that kill. The kill should have been a given. Can't let that happen. But despite that, Big Dupree saves the round for them, and that's some massive damage. My God. Okay, they get the bomb plant, so that means that the T's can also have a very, a winning round in terms of the amount of guns they have. But look at the damage now.
Magis almost on an island. That smoke actually limits the health he can have. You can see how awkward it is for him, and that's a rifle dropped. Yeah, the molly goes too deep there. Close range makes things very awkward, and Astralis are in dangerous waters now.
This is quite an interesting mid-round rotation. Dexter seems nervous about the flank, but they aren't completely checking ladder. So this is huge by Astralis because they maintain stairs control, and they make sure that they can catch time on Mousesports going back around the long way to B. And it's just like the pistol. It's actually perfect for Astralis. He really doesn't have to fight anymore now. Yeah, he squeezed them into another location. They go down the stairs, Bubsky's there, they go to A.
Oh my God, the health on them. 39 HP combined.
Maybe we're going 3 maps, James. Maybe we're going 3 maps.
Bubsky saying hello. Door is open, a door of opportunity perhaps. You can see them just trying to invite rotation. I love this position on the CT side because you can just have off angles towards us when it's like this. You don't even need to peek deep connector. But of course, all the pros will know it. Rob's looking for it. Quick tap, and they head towards the A bomb site now. They've actually have a chance at a bomb plant. Oh, hold on a second.
Oh!
Zipex! Rob's deleted. BMS 9 HP, fakes the bomb plant, and I think his best opportunity to plant a bomb has come and gone. Playing for the round win won't happen on this occasion. A scary one for Astralis, but they keep a clean sheet for now.
I'm with you 100%. Bomb plants would have been worth a lot there, actually. Not just a situation where it's like easy to put the bomb down. They could actually use every little bit. So this is a tough round from beginning to end. Astralis are just hot on their heels. You know, Glaive is this apparition in their room, and no one else believes that he's there, but he just keeps appearing, seeing one person from the stairs, off the top of the stairs, in that off angle you're talking about later on in the round, making sure to stay alive, but also make presence. And that was what he was doing so well over on Nuke as well. Magisk was doing a great job controlling space here alone, but the one Molotov he threw just went a bit too deep. Almost made things testy, but it was those Astralis HEs, the signature HEs, that always save the day.
I think Acor just dropped a deagle to one of Frozen or Dexter. He had a deagle, now he's got a Glock, so...
Interesting.
Can only assume there was some kind of exchange there. Well then, we'll see if Astralis can stabilize. Overpass would be my favorite map in the pool.
If...
Bubsky's stuck and Bemis is waiting for him. Half-Elf, he's got a chance at the P250 again. Astralis caught in awkward positions. And again, there's a chance.
Wow.
Dupree needs 2 here.
Oh, it's quite an adjustment.
That's the bomb carrier as well in Rops. He's got help on the way with the FAMAS, no less. There's no Kevlar for these remaining players, which is a real help. Oh! If he gets shot on the head, then that can make a hell of a difference. Rops ready, 16-9 God res.
Will they read this? Zipex, no idea that they could have pushed into bank. CT's unaware, running here. They make tons of noise. 2 T's waiting back for the flank to come in. Frozen, eat your heart out. He gets 1 kill, second to line it up. Weird, though. Zipex, they know he's here. Surely he just gets cleared. Okay. He's being stunned. And there's the 1 dig. Beautiful play from Frozen. Beats that timing into bank.
No Kevlar. They're naked.
Doesn't put his teammates in jeopardy. It was about juggling those rotations. Where'd that first kill come from that forced him down the stairs?
Naked insurgents, Launders.
What does that mean? Insurgents.
I'll get you a definition.
Okay. I feel like I've heard the word in like Metal Gear Solid or something, but I'm not much of a military guy. Like,
a rebel or revolutionary.
Okay.
Something you may hear on the BBC News. BBC News sucks, by the way. It's not what it used to be. It's crap now, and they don't respect it anymore. Well, it's been
at 6.
It's been a tumultuous start to this for Astralis. Now they find themselves in force fire territory.
This is a pretty good game already, too.
Yeah.
Thought Nuke was peak.
It has delivered.
You know, coming back to... I mean, if the Dupree gets the kill on Robson, even in the bathrooms, he gets the 2 you're talking about, they're probably fine. So, Mousesports working hard. And using their talents. You got a player like Robs, he is going to get kills like that consistently.
Dupree was a scout. I remember when the early days of Overpass, all the ecos and force buys, CTs would sit on the bomb sites, and the Ts would struggle to deal with them. But of course, the map has evolved since then, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of hours of experience now.
Interesting.
But they were always fun to watch. I like to see them every now and then.
Anti-ecos often gravitate towards long for the Ts. But these angles are very strong on the CT side. Yeah, they got one in the back to put some scout damage in. But I don't think Dupree even takes the shot there. But even though, look how far the bomb is from the other side of the map. 25 seconds. The CTs want to gamble. A is calling their name. Oh, this is very scary for Mousesports.
Yep, there'll be bomb plant pressure. And with these angles, Astralis will have the shadow advantage as the Ts move on to the site. The bomb's on the floor now. 9 seconds for that bomb to be collected and planted, but that will certainly help. Man like Rops with the 2K. Oh, they're lining up, but Glaive? Oh my God, this went down to the last man. Very dangerous indeed. Some warning shots for what might be to come from Astralis.
Man, he's just clicking as hard as he could. Even if he just got the one bomb planter, there was not actually a body block proper in that situation. He had a bit of an open line there. There was a chance to get that. Acor with a great shot to end it. 2-2, and no buy potential here for Astralis. As close as that round was, it only puts the economy for Mousesports a bit in jeopardy, but they still did a great job on that previous round with majority alive. Absolutely.
They did as much as could be expected, within reason. And that was very brief. They know that 2 more players are around the back, and they can look to abuse that, but the rest of Astralis are here as well. But how long are they going to be here for? Barrel position not checked just yet. Bubsky now Maybe potential for a knife kill attempt there, but Mousesports were ready. Mousesports were ready. Happy faces on the T side.
Spy comes through again. They didn't save for an up. So they want to keep this 5 rifles. And this is something that, you know, of course, another situation where you got to wonder, like, how good they'll do with Dupree over Device. And I mean, the really weird part is that it was about Dupree and Device.
Yeah,
here on
the
A
double
side.
Ds.
Yeah, man. Yeah, the double Ds. They aren't working together here on CT sides. Dupree's all alone, and he's only got the rifle, and he's been great.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a mobile player who's so good in bathrooms, but who's the huge opper to...
Oh, we're going to see the pop flash over the top. I love this. Rob still gets a kill, though, completely blind, but he has the timing to still get a kill out of that. Is there anything that man can't do?
Maybe they compromise here, and they make up for that lack of op presence with just some more rifle mobility. But low on grenades already here, 1 minute 20.
Yeah, the AWP around the A-bomb site is so powerful. Just for slowing down a T side, so many angles, so many setups you can have with one rifle support. But Mousesports may not know this just yet. They move forward respectfully. No peeks from Astralis, but I can see that Magisk has a flash in his hand. The only flash at this point. It has headed towards short B, I think.
They still got the push on Monster, so I don't think this is going to catch them off guard.
Yeah, 3-man on the A-bomb site. Frozen swinging now, and he's ready for Dupree. The multi-frag from Frozen. Start as he means to go on. He brings his prowess from Nuke into the A side of Overpass. 36 seconds, no flank from Astralis. Glaive having a look, see if he goes for a wallbang. A-core holding the angle, and that leaves Apex alone.
I would like to see if Dupree on that sign was actually blind on both sides. So I think they threw the far flash towards Bank for Frozen to come up and clear. But I feel like they hit Dupree with a second flash as well. Because he couldn't see for a second when he came to try to flick back off of that first peak. Frozen, fantastic entries on both of them. The overstack was coming into the right sites. But yeah, just like one or two great flashes there. It was A-Cores who got 2 flash assists.
Things starting to look stronger for Mousesports now. Astralis certainly need the full buy with the AWP, I feel.
Yeah, but the weird part is they specifically, you know, they bought on everybody and then didn't have anybody save for the op. So are they going to change plans and try to go for it now? Because
what is the science behind this hair?
You can have up to 2 up. I love it. I feel like it got thicker. Like his old hair was like, it was too regular. You know what I mean?
There's this like spaghetti flambe you could do with lobster, where the spaghetti is kind of twisted down the middle of the plate, and that's what his hair. That's what his hair looks like. Which is pretty awesome. It's great for the personality of Mousesports to continue with their newer players. Very important stuff.
They lost a lot of drip with Chris J.
Oh, they did, yeah, and Sonny as well.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
He had the wildest shoes in the game.
They were chain gang.
Absolutely, yeah. Do miss that, but there's lots to love about the new Mousesports team as well, who executes an anti-eco strategy. They've got 3 more players to deal with. Being very patient.
I used to call them Mousesports with the cheese chains. And I DM'd Sonny. I said, where'd you get this chain? And I bought one.
Oh, that massive...
Remember. Remember.
The massive gold chain you used to wear with a fully buttoned up shirt.
Exactly.
That was quite the contradiction.
I wore that at ECS. I said, what are you doing, Wanders?
What has become of this chain?
I said, beat myself.
It was just like the combo. You got to undo the button or remove the chain, in my opinion.
I don't have enough chest hair. It's not my fault. And I'm wearing the chain. Is there any chance that Astralis could bring this back? I mean, they've not been too slow. Like, they actually tried to do some stuff here, but they just never have the advantage in these situations. Oh, man, the most annoying flank of all time. Look at this timing, but... A-Core's throwing a nade, so actually a CT can hold to the right. A-Core
oh my!
That's a great shot.
That's beautiful. Just a one shot.
Yeah.
Just a slap. Bubsky threatening to steal this round away. Mousesports playing very confidently with low time. Not allowing Astralis much of anything, but if you let them just a little and they have a Desert Eagle, then who knows. Apex on the run again.
I really want this game to be close. Not just because I put points on Astralis, but because this series could just go, like, who knows about this next map as well. But yeah, Mousesports are super good on Overpass. It's the most interesting thing to happen in their veto, just because like Dexter comes in as an IGL, but individually he's got outstanding stats on just Overpass. He's really good at this map. So super comfortable calling and also contributing, taking a lot of opening duels as well. One interesting thing that Maui's brought up, and Hawkeye actually made a video about this as well, is that the opening kill attempts for ROPS has gone up. I think you'll have to check out their YouTubes for those videos.
Astralis now have the AWP they're looking for. They've got good utility as well. Loads of high explosive grenades. We'll see if they're as sharp on Overpass as they are on other maps. Mousesports now, they know that Astralis had the big buy, and they head towards B with the numbers. Charging towards short, AWP will kick things off. There's a smoke to fade behind for Astralis, starting with 4 towards B themselves, and then the HE start to rain in. Looking for aggression towards Monster now. Could be pop flashes. Plenty of spray though. Glaive's barely alive, still jump peeking. Sees presence at short B. Magisk alone in the toilets, trying to hold down long with an off angle on top connector as well, and Astralis will stay focused in B as Dexter looks to find out what the climate may be upstairs.
It's such a floaty map. The fluidity here on CT side, it's unmatched. It must be hard to read here for Mousesports. I'm actually shocked they're doing such a good job of it. But I think they've maintained enough presence and survived some of these very tricky rounds where the big rotations have come in, that now it's Astralis who just not as comfortable being as free.
Have a look at this. Dexter went up the stairs, and he threw one flash, bounced off the wall outside divider, and it went downstairs. And that's enough to invite a rotation from Zipex because of the angles being held elsewhere. They are dancing now. So Mousesports have made it a little weaker on this B bomb site, but the rotation from Zipex will be fast if required. Frozen still hunting. Molotov's on short B now. Bubsky running fast and he baited a shot out at least. Trying to fall back. Glaive will be dispatched of. 20 seconds and they're committed to this bomb site. Down goes the bomb. Looking good for Astralis now. Mousesports with the money. They can make it expensive even if they don't win the round here. 13 seconds of smoke to create some spaces. Dexter tries to press forward. Dexter versus the world now. Dupree deleted. Bubsky gone as well. 5 seconds. He could do a little more. Running low on bullets.
Oh, he's going to try to save, but he might die after time. We've got Zipix up top. Zipix wants to rush him down, but he's off the pillar. Oh, and he gets the kill.
That's not, I don't know that that's worth it.
No, it's not, yeah.
For Astralis.
It was high risk, high reward, right? I mean,
is it high reward though?
Actually, yeah, they have so much money. Really. Yeah, that's true.
They can't afford to lose even 3 weapons in that round.
That's a good point.
They should have just jumped back behind the water.
It was just high risk.
Yeah, it's just high risk. They don't have the money to survive this, and with all the guns they lost, we see Zipex goes from an M4 to an MP9, Glaive on the FAMAS.
His own damn self.
Yeah.
On the MP9.
I like a focus there, maybe. Definitely had to keep his eyes on his own wallet.
I feel bad because, I mean, I feel like I would have made the exact same decision there, so maybe he wasn't in tune with the money exactly. But okay. Oh, what? Not even a little damage?
Bit of strafing there and regret. My God, look at the lack of utility here. How timely those incendiaries were for Astralis on that B bomb site. No incendiaries to be seen with 1:20 on the clock. They are going to have to do this the hard way, and Mousesports just seem better equipped, figuratively and literally, for Overpass.
Oh,
Shadow.
That was a trick. Okay. Double peek, but he might just get one to get away. What a shoulder! He actually just shouldered the Shadow.
I didn't even see the Shadow. Maybe
that's
low settings on the Ops PC or something. You should see a Shadow there. Well, Frozen will start to make a Sunday roast. Got the carving knives out, leaving 3 players for Astralis. I think they have an idea of where Glaive may be. His days are surely numbered, holding down 2 jobs. Looking to his right and his left. Dexter just emerging.
I think they have zoned Bubsky. They have an idea where this rotation will come in. They're playing it super carefully. I feel like Dexter calls the pump fake. They pause. Yeah, he's hunting this down. Oh, look at that. They've got 2 lines of sight on this, but Bubsky finds a way out. A-core with the op. Is he going to get impatient and swing? Oh, all the while, the bomb is going downstairs, and Bubsky, now he just can't even leave. They're both occupied. Acor's haunting them. Bubsky, he just wants to save at this point. Winning the duel would be a bonus. Acor takes him out. Mousesports with 6, and these rounds are just getting farther and farther away from becoming close.
Yeah, Mousesports kind of looking like the final boss at the moment. And it's great to see Acor delivering versus such a big name in Astralis as well. Again, we're looking for consistency, and we are being given consistency by Acor at present. Astralis with a timeout win, their only win in the last 7 rounds. If you ignore the pistol, this is utter domination from Mousesports.
Yeah, true. There's been some good ideas, but Mousesports have stayed ahead. I'm just so impressed with their composure. That's the #1 thing. They're not getting scared in these defaults.
Full control from Mousesports. Glaive emerges from the fountain, gets there eventually, trying to fall back, and he's able to do so. Don't think he'll be pulling that weapon soon, but keeping the numbers alive is important.
You know, this might be a conspiracy, a little bit weird, but I'd say one thing that impressed me for some reason was when you mentioned that Dexter went upstairs to throw a flash. Okay, hold on. This actually might be an important round to watch to see if they survive the anti-go. Nope. That's some good damage. BMAS down to 7 HP, but a key kill comes out. Dupree goes down, man advantage on the site. Magic's gonna have a big flank here, but it's a little bit far.
Glaive surely does not full commit to this unless a kill comes in, but
yeah.
I don't see where it does.
Oh. That was maybe the final opportunity. We'll see. There could potentially punish some exits. But as I was saying, you pointed out that Dexter went upstairs through a flash and like caused a rotation, and I feel like that, you know, they've actually earned that level of respect. Even the kind of shittiest fake is like this is just a shitty fake that shouldn't work. There was no other presence to go with it. There was no actually spotting of a player, but they got a key rotation in that round just by throwing one flash, and I think that's the respect that Dexter has earned from Astralis with how good that they've played, that they can do almost anything and Astralis will actually take a bite.
Well, some highlights in a saving round from Astralis, but again, it is a complete drought on the scoreboard. 1 timeout victory, and that is all they have to show at present, and that's simply not enough. It's 3 rounds from 10 on your CT side versus Mousesports. They're going to have to find a way to get into this game because they're not really into it right now. Dupree being given the saved AWP from Glaive, heads towards long. So previously we saw 4 players towards B from Astralis. A different approach here. They've got numbers towards the A-bomb site, but Mousesports, all 5 looking towards B at present.
They're still awake, you know, they're still pushing here, and Dupree's got a very strong line. So, oh yeah, they're very confident about the thought. There's no A presence, and Zipix mowing him down. USP out, but he can still get this headshot potentially. Frozen eventually trades it. Oh my God! Controls full blind on a Bubsky.
The round flips on a dime. Glaive is downstairs, Magisk upstairs, both towards B, but they just can't hold on to anything here. The round slipping out of the hands of Astralis once again. Magisk looking to close the distance, but Acor has the line. He's got help from Frozen to finish off the job, and Dupree just has to stare and wonder what could have been as another round goes the way of Mousesports. Doesn't matter about how you start, matters how you finish, and Mousesports finish on top once again.
This is what Astralis used to do to Liquid in the B site. How do they like them apples? What can you say with Frozen? I mean, that's not someone you could teach something. Yeah, that's not something you could teach someone, excuse me.
13 for 5 is Frozen.
That's crazy. Continuing on. Touch 30 in that last map, I think.
These rounds feel almost uncontested at the moment. Mousesports looking extremely strong. And again, that's always been an interesting thing from Astralis, from Mousesports rather, in terms of roster changes they've had previously. There's been situations at majors where it was laid out, make it this far, otherwise there'll be changes and so on, but they make those changes, and every time they come out with a strong team, and we see a very strong team here on Overpass. Mousesports 8 rounds on the T side versus the 3 of Astralis, including the pistol.
Even with all that hair on Frozen's head, sucking the nutrients out of his brain, he's still able to put together these performances, and he has been like probably the best player in the whole team.
Healthy, balanced diet, that's what happens.
Yeah. He's eating good. He's got the fish oils, the malty, oatmeal in the morning.
Yeah. The face tells the story.
I don't have a problem with the way that Astralis are trying, like where they're putting themselves. They're doing a lot of good stuff to get info and fighting and stuff like that. But Mousesports are breaking through in very difficult situations off of really strong refrags, and it's not like they're getting lucky either. The tactics are there. They're just, you know, you've got 3 people in the B site and a big flank and full info on A. Astralis should win that round most of the time. But it really, it's just there's just a lot of talent here on Mousesports.
Right, and Dupree taking things into his own hands. Rifle support is here, but down he goes. Rops will not allow him to escape. Spray through the wooden panel. That's quite the angle from Rops. So 4 versus 4. Astralis being given nothing by Mousesports. This is a very deep boost where the player, once you jump on the head, you don't have to jump up.
Silent, yeah.
You can simply stand up and get another kill. Zipex deleted by the barrels. One of the strongest boosts in the game in that respect.
And on Overpass, it's always part of the idea to look for timings for the boosts, but drawing attention is a huge part of it, and not doing it every round, not overusing it is huge as well. Mousesports, you know, tactfully find a place for it. And a bunch of T's come barreling at the face of Magisk, and he'll be able to convey this information to Glaive and Bubsky, but it's 2 ops to try to retake in this spot. Glaive doesn't want to leave too early. Bubsky gets into position, full white, switches out, scopes in. Oh, he doesn't actually. Goes for the no-scope, dies to Rops. Definitely could have afforded to scope there. Not to say it would have made a huge impact on the round, but now both die. But there's just so many situations where, I mean, the scope, even if you literally quick scope, you're 100% accurate. And it just is so quick that it's hard to justify almost ever no-scoping.
Style points, Launders.
Yes, yeah, I guess so.
Although that's not the position that Astralis are necessarily in. And they understand the takes that Mousesports have towards short B. They're having 4 or 5 players towards B every single round. Dupree trying to do what he can to take those advantages away. But Robs with the wall bang as he's rotating back towards the site. They just can't get away with much of anything at the moment, Astralis. And now we're seeing a mix-up from Mousesports. Just 2 players towards that B bomb site. They're throwing all kinds of junk in. They're really trying to entertain, but still, Astralis keep 2 players upstairs.
They've created a ton of chaos, but yeah, they defend. Astralis still are in bathrooms. They have short B control. So we'll see if this means anything. Glaive, this fight could be huge. I mean, they've expelled a lot of utility. Okay, they win 2 duels, 2.5 now with Rops. Player on either side of Zipex scope, or sorry, Dupree scope, excuse me. But BMAS wrapping divider, and Dupree did not see the close player. Will this op shot come in? Well, the bullet comes out, but it doesn't go in anywhere.
Such an important save there. Very awkward position. Just in the nick of time, but Frozen still with a kill. Falling back now, Astralis. And who knows, maybe the T side will be a relief for them. They have a chance at a 4th round late on in this first half. Frozen, though, has time. He's in the clutch.
I think it was a matter of time before one of their ideas hit. Again, I am seeing... I'm seeing ideas, at least, for their CT side.
Well, let's see what Frozen has left for this round. Trying to avoid a double peek. He'll put a smoke up to create some space. Spots the flank. Got to be real careful here, Astralis. Zipex now 24 HP. 8 bullets before the reload comes through. 23 seconds on the clock. He must know there are 2 on the site. Is he looking for 1 taps now, Frozen? He's got 6,400 in the bank. 15 seconds, suggesting he's saving maybe. Just waiting for a misplaced CT. Zipex up close will just about survive there. And it will be a 4th round on the board for Astralis.
Thought process was pretty cool. There was maybe a chance, but yeah, low ammo. And Astralis being smart enough. Lots of odds with 3 players alive. A lot of positions covered. So good setup overall. And even though, you know, BMS gets 1 over Dupree in that spot, for the most part, everything goes really well for Astralis. And also the aim, like just the duels are going well for Astralis too. So it just speaks to how good Mousesports are. But again, we're seeing a lot of ingenuity in the setups, lots of different looks on the CT side. Mousesports are trying really hard. Now we're going to round out the half round. 14 here. Another push from Dupree out towards long. It's not enough to post up on his angle, so he has that duel in the bag.
Mousesports not necessarily in a position to respond to this elsewhere, but we can still see Rops creeping through the smoke regardless. Maybe Rops will be enough. Catching Bubsky with smoke in his hand, but Zipex has the angle. Awkward for Astralis. Scary rounds from their POV. But they've got themselves a 5 versus 3.5, and maybe that half will be enough. They start searching for something. His AK is ever dangerous. There is a chance for Astralis to get 6. I think that would be fantastic the way this half has gone. 5 looking good for now, but Mousesports have turned more than 1 round back in their favor from a bad position.
Overpass is all about creating connections between the CTs, tethering off each other so that you can stay out in open angles or push for map control, but always have bait setups. And one is successful here for Astralis. Dupree with a deep angle. The shot comes in. Man. He baits one out right in the elbow. My God, Acor just bullies Dupree. Not even a chance to shoot back.
Holding the angle. If Magix tries to peek the site, peeks the toilets rather, he is going to be in trouble. Molly's deployed towards Bankers. Area is taken. Another tag from Acor, and that can be cleaned up upon. Look how things are turning around. Suddenly, Mousesports are in the lead. No response to any of these kills. So strong on the T side. More flames towards Bank, and what do Astralis have left for the last round? Do they really full commit to this? Bubsky has a defuse kit. They have no grenades. They're both low on health. They could lose everything. They probably will if they press forward. Too many men, too many angles. Zipix now gonna try and go for it, but he is absolutely doomed. They take nothing into the last round of the first half.
I love how BMAS takes that fight, and I feel like, to speak to his development, like Maui mentioned on the desk, that these days he's thinking cerebrally. He used to be so good at aiming that he would sit on the flattest angle and just react. But then teams got better, and he was kind of one-dimensional in certain spots, and they would just hard clear him and kill him. But these days, BMAS is doing a little bit extra to think about how he should take this duel if a player is going to be ready for his position, and that's allowing him to get a lot more kills, I feel like. And that was insane the way that Mousesports earned their way back into this round. Thought that was Astralis for sure. Now around 15. Is it going to be an 11-4 half?
Mousesports looking more like a lion which has escaped an enclosure. Mauling people left and right. It is somewhat of a mauling this half. Maybe the wounds will be fatal, but there's another half to come before we find out. 5 versus 4 early for Mousesports as they take control of Connector. Magis doing what he can, but they're stuck. We got players high and low, and they will fall surely. Magis with somehow getting another kill, looking for a third one, but he'll be denied. 3v2 now. As Mousesports brute force their way. Got to go and collect the bomb first, however.
Go back, make him. I don't know if he's going to beat him long B. Seems worried about it. Actually go stairs. They could split up via short. It looks like plans might have changed, or they'll just slow it down a little bit. They don't have much to worry about, but they are running into the better gun. Bubsky, can he make a heroic play? Oh, so much damage off. This is actually a winnable 1v1 now. Acor with the AWP. Zipix coming in with a deagle. Acor doesn't have a smoke to escape from this position, so we'll come out with a raw duel potentially. He gets some info here on Zipix. But that goes both ways. Shot comes in. Mousesports win another round.
Mousesports the hammer, and Astralis seems to be a nail that is being hammered into a wall and breaking in half. We'll see if there's any structural integrity left to them once they move to the T side. That comes after the break. we return. The nightmare of the CT side has ended for Astralis, but perhaps a new nightmare will begin as they move to the T side. It's their turn to be the aggressors, so we'll see how much choice they have in the matchup. They will have Glocks out for this T pistol, Glaive with grenades, the rest with Kevlar.
Someone did tweet me and ask, is this the first time Astralis are playing Overpass with their new lineups? This might be the inaugural match. I haven't actually looked at that myself, but that might be the case, which means that explains the growing pains. But man, Mousesports were way too good.
Yeah, they were simply better, as we said during the break, and got to give them credit for that. A lovely shot from Frozen. He's found himself with 3 kills with this USP. He has been a star in this series so far, and he continues to shine bright in the pistol. Spotting Glaive now. Creeping with the Glock, and here come the numbers, and of course it is Frozen to land that final one as well. Please send config.
Dirt nasty. That is so gross, man. Frozen is just extremely sharp. He's a Japanese chef knife.
What are your settings? What is your resolution?
Arm
How
length,
tall is
seat
your
height.
desk? How far away is your chair?
How many hours?
What shoes are you wearing? Do you have socks on?
Do you sleep with socks on?
How often do you drink water?
What brand of shampoo?
Well then, it'll have to be done the hard way by Astralis. There'll be not much of a force buy. Magisk has gone for full armor and a Desert Eagle only. And he's dead now, of course. I'm not even sure if he fired a shot.
Yeah, well, at least someone else can try their hand at it. I don't remember if Mad Lions played a lot of I feel like they did play Overpass, but I can't remember. So I'm not sure how comfy Bubsky is. But I'm sure they've done some work with it. But yeah, definitely looks like some stuff is new. We know Magisk can do pre-working together on the A site in that previous round. Now the T side, whole nother can of worms. Man, Mousesports about to close out this whole game already. Even though that's just a Glock round, it's just we're in the critical territory. 13 rounds.
I think Frozen's hair is rising.
Like yeast.
I think there's a lot of static in his room. And
he's got some Velcro on the ceiling.
Yeah. It's just going up.
I don't know how it got like that. But I assume he's in a good place because he's been owning.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's going nuclear. 20 for 9 on Overpass. He went beyond the 30 bomb on Nuke.
Oh.
Having a fantastic time. Rops will fall to Glaive in the connector, but Frozen, of course, is here to clean up. Maybe just wants the difficulty setting raised to make things more entertaining for himself.
I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes I watch Rops play and I try to think, like, does he just wonder why everyone's so bad? I feel like that's just one of the thoughts that goes through the mind of Rops. In the most humble way possible, of course. Frozen, this one's free. Oh, is it? Oh, what a clear. Wow, the awareness from Glaive.
Yeah, this one doesn't seem to be over just yet. Bubsky with an off angle, having a look and deleting Dexter. This will be an expensive round for Mousesports.
Don't call it a comeback.
Beamer spotted with the FAMAS, trying to escape, getting a knife out to move quickly, but he can't move quickly enough versus 2 men spraying him down. And there is Astralis' first round in the second half.
So this is one of those things where it's like things could magically work well in the match. They don't have that much data here with their new lineup. They're missing a device, of course, and I mean that's just that's just the way it is. But Bubsky can do a lot for the entries on Overpass. Overpass, just like every other map, entries are insanely important. How he'll fit into the BXX is a big question. And how comfortable will he be for this versus this Mousesports defense is another big question. All pistols pushed up. One stairs, bathroom, one long. You can all kind of face forward without having to spin around. And Rops take first contact, kind of. Didn't seem really well ready for that. And now the CTs start to fall.
This is a nice round. Just a confidence-building round for Astralis.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes that's enough. It's a basic round. There's not much defense, but you're winning a round. You're getting some consecutive rounds. You're in control, and it's a little control. You know, there's a lot to come, but it's still like it's just good for the psyche.
It is. Yeah, definitely. No, for sure. Yeah, Lex talked about that. Sometimes you just want your teammate to get a few ecos to get back on the board, to get back in the game.
Yeah.
Our brains are smart, but at the same time, they're kind of dumb.
To know what it's like to frag people.
Exactly.
Again.
Yeah. They're huge. They need to know they're fallible.
Just want to feel, damn it.
Right. I feel like one of the hallmark things about Astralis, first comeback versus Virtus Pro at the Atlanta Major, it was like that. It felt like they never pressed tab to see what the score was. They really were. They have this quality of being able to play it round to round.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the game's over. They made a comeback, and it's like it didn't even strike them that they were ever losing the game. So always the scary part for them. A test of resilience here for Mousesports. But it's not like Mousesports have been losing Overpass. And I think a lot of their games have actually been wins with their opponents only getting single digits as well. That's just how good they are right now.
I have to say, just on a completely random note, I think Bubsky might have the clearest skin in Counter-Strike. Look at that. It's perfect. He's just got perfect skin. It's outrageous.
It's killing it.
Also, I look at him and I think, are there any ugly people in Denmark? I don't think there are.
Yeah, I land there. I'm like, where'd they hide all the ugly people?
Well then, now the game really begins for Astralis. They have so much work to do. Mousesports in a strong position, moving to the stronger side now with 2 AWPs. dupreeh, though, he's ready. He has the angle, and down goes Acor. And Acor's been excellent, I feel like, in this series so far. I've been very impressed with his performance. Especially the confidence that that last kill on Zipex towards the end of the last half. Like, he's playing with supreme confidence, and that's what you want from your sniper. So he's definitely grown into the role in devastating fashion.
He knows the angle so well. Like that duel you were talking about, he hit dupreeh twice, and dupreeh didn't even see him either shot. He just had the perfect engagements there.
Speaking of perfect engagements, Frozen continues to give us multiple examples of that, winning duels versus the AK-47s on a regular basis.
You can just loosen the leash with Frozen. You can let him off to go by himself, and he'll find a kill and find his way back home safely. And looking for an advantage with the amount of health that he has. I wonder, now that he's phasing the smoke, how this play will go. But they flash for him, which will alert the tease, and they end up getting a kill now. And look how lurky Astralis are being right now. They're literally just waiting for something like that. This actually opens the round back up for them.
Wide swing from Glaive. Dexter just holding in the corner. That Molotov may just finish him off, actually, if it goes deep enough. And indeed it will.
Wow, no one is even watching him.
Oh dear, but hold on a second. With 15 seconds on the clock, the bomb is headed into the final 2 players for Mousesports. Rob's jumping into the angle. He's got the flicks for the chicks as well, leaving dupreeh alone. This one has turned into a calamity, running into an unknown bomb site with 15 seconds left. They didn't really have info in either direction. Maybe hoping that there would be a rotation with that frag. There wasn't, and therefore they lose the round.
Oh, that's a layup. That is a huge layup. Maybe they didn't realize how quickly they'd be able to kill Dexter. They could have actually, from that position, mollied him out, caught him on the outside of bathrooms, and then hit the A site. But they thought that the rotation was going to come in. But it just didn't. Yeah, they just read the round incorrectly. They had Mousesports where they wanted to. Mousesports were basically thinking they were going to save if that A play didn't work out, and Dexter dies, and it happens, and then Astralis hand the round over to them.
That is most unfortunate, and it makes the comeback a lot more difficult for Astralis. The margin for error is reduced quite significantly now.
And Rops isn't an everyday opper, but when he does pick up the op, he rarely misses. RAWPZ Rops.
See Glaive now. Just creeping around towards the bogs. Limited disabled access in those toilets. That's a great double dig from Dexter.
That kills faster than an AK. I swear.
Right.
It's insane.
If I got killed like that, I'd assume someone's cheating. Ding, 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 and you're dead. That's a nice one from Glaive. The bomb has not been seen by Mousesports. We can see on the radar it's in a passive position. Swing and a miss from Acor, trying to fall back. I wouldn't try and hunt him too much, though, because he'll probably kill you.
His movement is so good. He doesn't expose himself at all. He doesn't bump into any walls.
Slinks away. I actually walk into walls and doors on a regular basis.
Yeah, me too.
So credit to
in real
Acor.
life.
Yeah, it's just being massive issues. That smoke grenade allows him to maneuver on the bomb site. In the meantime, we've got to push into B. That's the bomb spotted. Rotation being called. Very aggressive grenade from Mousesports, and there'll be more on the site. And that could cause some variance on both sides. Dexter on the receiving end now as Zipex comes in for a bomb plant moving into the smokers. Incendiaries are thrown onto the site. Acor going fishing, and Astralis find themselves in a 4 versus 2 with low money for Mousesports. They have quite the lead, Mousesports, but not in terms of personnel or cash in this current situation. Rops is in a committed position with no kit. Acor has the kit, but I think he may want something before he commits to this one. You can see Rops just moving about a little, but they're being given nothing at present. I don't know how Rops gets out of this situation, but Acor, I'm sure, will try and save AWP.
Yeah, I guess they hard punch the guy in the back of the site, and then Robs can go for CT. I don't know how far he wants to go. Whoa, some damage here. They come off the sandbags, and the bomb gets tapped to hold the T's attention, and everybody's going to die in this position. That's actually huge for Mousesports. But the thing is, they could have saved 2 guns, not have money on this one, but actually, I don't, why did they go for it? There's so much money here for Astralis, Mousesports in the winning position.
They committed the AWP.
Maybe
really
they were genuinely trying to win somehow.
I mean, Acor did touch the bomb. He had the kit. He committed into the bomb site. They could have had the hero AWP, which you can do a lot, but they have nothing instead.
I really hate the Magisk angle, like on the grate, in the middle of the grate. I feel like it only kills bad players making bad plays or good players making, like, on a bad day. But for the most part, you're stuck out there. You eat the full flashes. They can peek you in the tunnel, and you're stuck.
I can't even get up there. I don't know how they do it. Oh, I remember there was a video where Simple showed the angle that Rops was just holding, where you can land headshots towards the tunnel.
Yeah,
but, that's the first time I've seen it in a pro game.
Right.
Pro game. Thank you, Simple. I gave him an Andy Warhol tomato soup fridge magnet.
No way, cool.
A long time ago, because there was a tour of his house and he's got loads of fridge magnets on his fridge. So, you know. I'm a part of Simple's daily life now.
How'd you get it to him? Did you just, like, put it in his hand?
Gave it to him at an event.
Nice.
I told him it was coming, and then he came up to me one day and said, "James, where's my fridge magnet?" I was like, "Give me 1 second, bro. It's in my bag."
You've been known to buy people presents.
I do. I just
Say it.
I sent Jordan's wife a very interesting present today, which she will receive on Tuesday.
Okay,
I don't want to spoil it, though.
yeah.
I don't want to spoil it, but it's like it's hilarious. You know, because when a woman has a baby, right?
Yes.
She receives loads of presents for the baby, but there's no presents for the mother.
Yeah, right.
So I got her some gifts and a trolley gift as well. I'm very good at that.
Yeah, we can't spoil it. I forgot. Didn't actually get it yet. Well, that last round was more classic Astralis with the full B exec. And the sucky part about B and playing in it, Maui mentioned, if you're playing it like as B anchor or whatever, it's just it's just open across the whole thing. Like, you can throw in it, you can be the most creative when it comes to nades, when it comes to hitting this side of the map. And how Astralis built their brand on Overpass were these signature B executes that were just basically impossible to stop, where they basically flash you forever. They chain their flashes perfectly, and then you have to jump into the back of the pit, or you play for a retake and lose. And they could actually do it almost every single round and a half if they had nothing else to fall back on and still win a game. And that was a huge part of Astralis' Overpass. And honestly, I don't remember the point at which teams actually figured out how to deal with it. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to implore it a few more times. The scoreline's still steep here, and it is another save for Mousesports. But we're still, of course, holding our breath to see if Astralis really have more to give.
Ooh. Timely Molotov.
Oh, we got all 4.
USP collected. That leaves Rops with the Blaze Desert Eagle. What is your favorite Desert Eagle right
I have one. I have a Blazed Eagle with a flammable foil on it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think that was. Did you get that from Simple as well?
No, I made it.
Oh, we made it. Okay. Because
Yeah,
no. Actually, no. I sold mine on the Steam market.
Okay.
I had the same setup.
I made it. It was like $20 when I made it.
Yeah, the flammable. I love the flammable stuff.
Now the flammable foil is expensive, and the Eagle Blaze is like $500.
The Dragon Lore scope is a great place to put a flammable sticker.
So
I had that when I had a Dragon Lore as well. I had a factory Dragon Lore and had the flammable sticker there.
Goodness.
Sold it for a lot less than they go for now.
But you probably still made some good. I mean, that's just...
No, not at the time, because at the time they were being duped a lot. So it was slightly lowering the price. But here we go. Now we are into the business end of this situation.
Yeah.
Mousesports will be back on a full buy, 14-9. Every other buy is a bit less dangerous for Astralis on this comeback. But do you believe?
you know, at this point, if Mousesports got to win 2 rounds, I still believe in Mousesports. I think they didn't get lucky to get here. They look really good. They still got more to show here. Astralis have just had the most frictionless route to bringing back this half with the double ecos and everything. So we'll see.
I think the double ops are a big issue for Astralis here that we see wielded by Mousesports, because again we see these tight angles held towards the toilets and so on, where you just walk and die and it's 5v4.
But that's the thing here. They have maybe a full B exec coming, which makes these, well, might render these ops useless. This is going to be a lot about ROPs here to have impact, as they're trying to point out. We're already way out of Monster at this point.
Look how expected they are. Dexter, oh my god, he's so deep, Bubsky. Well ahead of the flashbang we see from Dexter, looking for the transfer, not quite there, which means Bemis has some area to hide behind. But he'll be deleted pretty quickly. Dexter trying for the multi-frag, but Magisk is ready with 2. Acor has angles now. Someone's got to collect that bomb. Glaive has a smoke grenade. Where does he deploy it? You can see them coming out for the peak. Acor has no idea which way to look, expecting a multi-peek, and won't quite hit the mark on this occasion.
We'll call this round Frozen. I don't think he's even going to try to go for this. Astralis touching 10 now. Another fearsome execute in the B site, and Robs doesn't get a chance to shoot because here's what I'll call a relay execute. They go for like this contact play where Bubsky is very far out. But once they get into that position and nobody is checking on it from the half wall, no one's taking the occasional flash out long to Monster to peek in, and Bubsky makes that much distance, that pop flash, it just exponentially gets stronger, because now Bubsky is turning the corner as the flash pops, when normally you'd hear the flash pop, 3 steps later he'd come there, Robs might be able to turn around and react, but instead, Bubsky literally has his gun up his butt, and then he can also now displace his opponent's setup. And again, it's all about making connections on the B site for these CTs, as well as A. They always have to be communicating with each other. Once you get that first kill, the second kill is much easier, and that first kill came so quick. So here we're seeing how Bubsky's being implemented. Pure on entry fragger in a round where they lead into this B exec. This is really dangerous for Mousesports because it forces them to have to check on something like that. And sometimes you can die trying to flash re-peek Monster or take control of it over again. But this opens up the map a little bit for Astralis. Scares Mousesports now.
Yeah, that was a lightning fast entry from Bubsky. 1 M4A4 persists now. We've got a forward incendiary to try and slow down Astralis, but that is a nice entry from Zipex towards the B bomb site.
What a monster comeback this would be if they actually made it real.
This would really be like climbing the side of a mountain with no ropes.
Yeah, this would be a Honnold moment here for Astralis.
They're spread out. They have time, and they will look to watch out for a play from Mousesports, apart from towards the B bomb sites, apparently. Zipex moving away, but I'm sure he'll hold an angle. Dexter has no respect for people outside of his own team, and that can prove fruitful. But Zipex will spot him. Great spatial awareness, again, in terms of timing as well. It's like, okay, I've got a window where I can stand here and focus on connector, but eventually I've got to look behind me.
Yeah,
that'll make things better for Astralis.
I think you characterized Dexter really well there. I think one of the most impressive parts about him is that he really just looks at plays as good or bad. He doesn't think about them as overly aggressive or not. If he sees an opportunity, he just goes for it, plain and simple. No hesitation.
You have to play this kind of Counter-Strike, though. We see it like on the Complexity CT side as well. Extremely proactive, always moving forward, trying to close the net and get information. And it can benefit you so much. Of course, Mousesports are playing with pots and pans here. They're scraping for a buy until the next round. But there's 20 seconds on the clock. It's time for Astralis to take the bomb site and reduce the margin for error, which starts to begin there. That's a very important frag onto Acor. Beam is still alive, so he's got a chance for a wallbang, but Dupree has the angle. 11 seconds as the bomb, well, as the round is ended, and then the bomb is planted.
This is some weight off the shoulders. Okay, the neck tension is gone here for Astralis. They have so much money left over. They're within 3 of tying this game up. And Mousesports have yet to find success now following that pistol, the 1 round on timeout. Been a lot of bomb plans here for Astralis. A lot of majority of live rounds. I think we're nearing the point where Astralis literally feel like they're in the lead despite the numbers.
Just takes 1 slip up though. Just the 1. They have a monetary advantage, however. Rob's boosted up.
Oh, it's
oh my god, there's the airstrike. Thank you for playing. Get out of this round. Dexter with 4 HP as well. A nice mix-up from Astralis. The H is here again.
And you can't throw that nade you can't throw those nades every round because they never use the boost. You want them to use the boost so you can throw the nades.
That's what we call a false sense of security. I can do this. Astralis say, no, you can't. We have changed the rules.
And it's not just one player. They nearly got 2 off that triple nade. Dexter down to 4 health. And he is rifling. Changes the way you play. You don't actually limp around, you know, when you're on low HP in Counter-Strike, but psychologically, you take new fights.
Looking at the timing, though, there's a minute on the clock as Astralis move to the playground position. I just wonder, when they collapse on a bomb site, how much time there will be left. Acor in connector looking for a third. He's in a very strong position to just keep these engagements, which may not be favorable to Astralis. Dupree now, oh, it's turning. The wheels are turning in favor of Mousesports. 2 versus 4. All of a sudden.
To be honest, they can beat them to the site. The smoke is down at the top of stairs. Acor, will he push through this? Plant could potentially come down. Rotations, they're a little slow. No one's on long. If Astralis take a risk, they go for a plant. They do have it open.
Surely Dexter's at risk because he's low. Exactly, pushes through that smoke, and it's depicted a 1 versus 4.
Oh, the boost.
Denied, and it's, oh no! Well, there's a cameo appearance from Acor. He wanted to have part of this round. Some smiles, a little shrug of the shoulder, you know, just wanted to make sure everybody was dead. Sometimes that'll cost your teammate. But it is match point for Mousesports. What's interesting is...
that was kind of expensive, actually.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have all the money in the world here, Mousesports. So if Astralis win the next round, that could actually have a weird impact.
This is crazy because they actually have a... they actually crushed Acor in the stairs. I mean, he didn't have any way to leave. Yeah. He had to get both kills just to stay alive in his position, and then had to judge where the next fight would come. Astralis didn't have a really great way to refrag. The first kill, I understand. Glaive, in that spot, felt the need to come up and kill stairs, but there was no one to refrag him, and yeah, now we're in a position 15 to 11. Like you said, they just got that one. The pressure's off a little bit more. Acor does bump into a wall finally on his way out, but...
Did Glaive see that?
Gets into safety.
Maybe a molly towards Divider or a smoke. I guess both of them.
Oh, wow, they transitioned to this boost so nicely.
Yeah, so the default is the smoke into the toilets and the molly towards Divider to take the AWP angles away. They smoke it and boost over. And this information, if nothing else, this can keep an extra man towards the B bomb site. However, long is a question.
Yeah, long is a question. At least there's that. Maybe Acor goes and takes a peek. But for the most part, they know that Astralis have actually given up bathrooms now. They went to fight back for that information with the boost. But do they need the additional rotation? BMAS in the same spot again. It didn't work last time. But they've got this flash to support. Oh, he ends up throwing a nade. He tries to shimmy off that position. Glaive leading out, creating so much space. And now the CTs might just fall down. Rob's here from the back of the site. He gets knocked off. And again, as soon as that first kill comes in, the other players are such a liability.
Yeah, and that team kill towards the end weakens the money for Mousesports.
I really hate that spot, James. You can't leave. You can't hide.
Ain't nowhere to go.
The only thing I guess the only thing that makes sense in this position is he has full view of Monster, and that one execute where Bubsky came in, like leading in, you know, that's no longer an execute that they can try. At least he'll get the info nice and early from that spot. But I'm not sure why he was throwing a grenade. His teammate flashed for him in front of it. Maybe that's why.
He's the point man.
Yeah.
It's a risk.
Yeah.
But if your timing is... Like the downside, if your timing is like that, it's a complete disaster.
Maybe they flashed simply so he could throw the smoke and then they were going to forget about it. But what they should have done is have him smoke Monster first so his teammate can smoke it next and then he doesn't have to throw any nades in the later portion of the round. 2
rifles survive the round. They're still in the hands of Mousesports, one of which is an AWP, and it looks like they're going to buy around it. They're going to give themselves a buy at 12 and then 14. So there'll be at least 2 full buys for Mousesports. This is still a dangerous round. The second AWP comes out. So it's pretty good, all things considered. There'll be lights on some grenades here and there, but they've all got the primary weapon that they want. So this is still a dangerous round.
I think they're just pretending it's A again. Bomb goes quickly out towards B. They flash back the push on A as well. Looking for short control quickly. Look at the spread of the grenades. They got stairs. They open this up for Glaive to come up. And the CTs haven't pushed anything else just yet. We know how dangerous the full B exec is. And Astralis have multiple looks on this. Bomb will start to make its way closer. Bubsky tries to lead up. They have the op trained on it. Robs takes him out instantly.
So that's a huge problem now.
Yeah, that's a big risk, actually.
This is the issue with these jiggles into an AWP, 4 versus 5, and there's a lot being held by Mousesports now. This is big trouble for Astralis.
Yeah, they might have been better off just to go for the full nade set offshore control. Robs doesn't see a player crossing through the smoke, but I think that information goes both ways. Xyp9x looking to flash his specific position, but they don't actually peek him just yet. Robs, oh, one bulleted by Xyp9x. The trade comes in as well, 3-on-3 now.
We will have 2 more players on the side if a push comes through, but it hasn't just yet. 45 seconds on the clock, and the ultimate intentions of Astralis are not quite known at present. You can see Mousesports rotating, but Astralis are just holding position very passively indeed. But then time becomes a factor for them as well. Don't forget that late play into the B bomb site where 2 players were waiting there. That'll be an issue for Astralis. The grenades start to come out, and there'll be time for Mousesports to react. They're playing the clock. You can see hiding by the barrels. 20 seconds now. That'll almost be an extra man for them, the clock. Not giving them the engagements they're looking for. It gets worse and worse. A-core fast. Nexa pops up, and this could be the end of the line. Indeed, it will be. 2-0 for Mousesports over Astralis. They storm nuke in overtime and do the same on Overpass as well.
Just good enough there with a couple of ideas to win them that last couple of rounds. Great from A-core to get his 2K in the stairs. That brought him a match point. And then finally, they find the opening kill versus the B exec, and then that's the solution to actually win the game.
A great series. We did go deep after all in the second map, but the comeback was too long for Astralis, and they are defeated by a very strong-looking Mousesports. It's enough from us for now. After the break, thoughts at the desk. They will see you back here in a few minutes.